Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Àti ọpẹ́ àti ẹ̀yìn fún Ọlọ́run. Adé ọpẹ́ wa náà ládé. Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ tẹ́tí sí ìròyìn yìí. If you like, remove me from this group. I don't care. But I plead, read. From what I see today in Nigeria, I am very certain that Muslims will not need to use a violent jihad to Islamize Nigeria. Christians themselves will be used by Muslims to Islamize Nigeria. Just ask yourself how Muslim nations became Islamic nations. Is there any record of them doing evangelistic work? Did they tell people about how wonderful their prophet was or is? How he raped women? How he beheaded 900 Jews in one day? How he had sex with a 9-year-old girl? How he was demon possessed for 1 year? How he could not perform a miracle? Now he is a prophet without a prophecy. How he sold slaves for weapons of war. If Muslims did not do evangelism, how come there are 58 nations of the world today, apparently Islamic countries, including countries that used to be Christian countries? They use really pastors and stupid Christians, the one they call the useful idiots. The Bible says, when men slept, these Christians were the ones that sold of terror. The elections have nothing to do with religion. Newsflash. Buhari just registered Nigeria in the Islamic coalition against terrorism led by Saudi Arabia. The very same Saudi Arabia that is the chief sponsor of Islamic terrorism. What an irony. Newsflash. The first major conference Buhari will bring to Nigeria is the International Islamic Conference, a conference that pastor, vice president cannot attend. Why couldn't GEJ was convening International Economic Conference at a time of plenty. Buhari is convening Islamic Conference at a time of economic crisis. Now you see where his priority lies. Newsflash. Muslims are now using El-Rufai in Kaduna as a test case to see how they can stop Christians from preaching the gospel. Not even for you to listen to a gospel message in your car. Who knows? They might even ban gospel music. Newsflash. Other northern states are copying El-Rufai law. Newsflash. Fulani herdsmen are sacking Christian villages in the north. Newsflash. After they sealed over 20 churches in Lagos for noise pollution, but not one Allahu Akbar morning hearing mosque was sealed. Ambode is supposedly a Christian, remember. What do Muslims call them again? Something like useful idiot. Newsflash. The chapel at Asset Rock has been shut down, and guess who had to explain to Christians? He is our own very pastor vice president. Again, another major, very useful idiot whom they used to get the Christian vote. Newsflash. The only minister to have died under Buhari happens to be a Christian apologist. I mean, a strong defender of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Somehow, all the safety features in the car suddenly stopped working. Not one airbag deployed. Remember, this is a federal minister riding in a very expensive car fitted with the best safety feature. Did I also mention that the driver did not die? He was strong enough to pull out the body of the minister. That's okay. I hear many Christians say it is impossible to Islamize Nigeria. The question is, if they try today, will you pick up arms? What are you doing to make sure it does not happen? Newsflash. A bill to have a grazing land all over Nigeria sent by the government has passed the second reading, and there is every possibility that the bill will pass as most other Christian legislators have been compromised. Now, get ready for Fulani Muslim communities to be established in our Christian community. Between Christian and Muslim, who is likely to change his or her religion? The Christian, because we are not strong in faith, and it is a death sentence for a Muslim to change to Christianity or any other religion. Many Christians will be lured with money to change to Islam, and by boyfriend, girlfriend, and intermarriages. Remember, the project is being sponsored by Saudi Arabia and Nigeria government. Therefore, money to convert Christian to Muslim will not be a problem. Please don't tell me you can never be lured with money. It has already started in IMO and mp4 Street. So, we must fervently pray now, send to many Christians all over the world. Thank you. My brothers and sisters, mo mọ̀ pé majority àwọn táwọn bíi àgbọ̀gẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àbí mo bèrè ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ dá mi lọ. Ẹjọ́ ẹ dá mi lóhùn tó lọ́wọ́. So kò ní ìdí pé mo tún fẹ́ translate àbí. Before I start making comments, I want two ladies, Alaja Ali is here. I want her to start. Then I want the doctor who prayed for us to also make a comment. Then I will invite Dr. Afolaki and Mr. Astana to comment before I say anything. Alaja Ali, please.
Salam alaikum. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bó ṣe kàwé ẹ̀yà láti wà ní bíbá ilé mi. Gbogbo nǹkan tí Aláàjì kà síta a gbọ́ wọn. Kọ́mẹ̀ntì mi ni pé this kind of write-ups have always been there. The only thing, when we read this kind of write-ups from Christians, I think we Muslims in our way should try and respond through the media where we have gotten the write-up. We should not just say, one of those things, what tún ti dé pẹ̀lú ìkọkúkọ wọn. We should write our own. There are so many things táwọn Christians tó ń ṣe, but we Muslims, we sort of do I use the word laid back? A kàn sọ pé ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ kan máa ṣe tiwọn wípé ìranù tó ń sọ. But we should not take it as ìranù again. We should not take it so unserious. We should get our people that can write as much propaganda as possible, the way we do in our Islam. Let's make people know more about Islam. If I can give example, sir, just like a month ago, during Ramadan, somebody sent a video to me that about an imam that had not turned to a pastor because of what he read in the Quran. That in fact, it was the Quran that actually converted him to a Christian. When I read this thing, of course I went into the Quran because it cited so many examples in the Quran to justify what he said. But obviously, when I went into the Quran, it was rubbish. It misunderstood the Quran completely. I now took it upon myself. I was in a hurry. I went into research. I even consulted Alhaji Ogunlowo on certain points. I called Alhaja Salakotu. Now all these things, are they really true? But when I went into research into the Quran, I found out that most of his points were just false. So I took it up. I wrote an epistle. I wasn't in a hurry. It was maybe 2 weeks after that I sent it to that my friend. He said, Alhaja, why are you taking this thing serious? Now. I said, no, this is the way you people will carry it on and on, miseducating people. So I even wish my own rejoinder can be maybe sent all over to people to educate people about Islam. I know many of them will not want to read it, but I even beg that. I say, in the name of God, if truthfully you want to stand to know about religion, read, and I want your comment on this. I think this is the way we should go about it.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, regarding this issue, I think generally there are a lot of propaganda, positive sometimes, and the negative. But of course, I know that the world generally they have a misconception about Islam. They really don't know what Islam is all about sometimes I would not say I blame them because some of the people that call themselves Muslims are not truly Muslims and they are portraying Islam in a bad light. So what the outside world see about Islam is mostly the violence, the killing of people and all these things that these other people that say they are Muslims do. So I think the bulk of the work still lies with us, and we need to project Islam in the right way, because truly Islam is beautiful if only they know how beautiful Islam is. And it starts with each and every one of us, because whatever we do as individual is what we do in the external community, and that's what everybody will be coming up. A change has to start with one person, and then it reflects to family and then into the community. So I feel by doing as individual that we have in the community, even in our workplace, if you are the only Muslim in that environment and you do things by the book, you do the right thing as an individual. And in fact, what Allah really expects us to do, first and foremost, is to be a good individual, to be a good person. First of all, be that good person. And then you don't even need to preach so much to the person beside you. All they need to do is to look at you and see how you behave. How do you treat your fellow colleague? How do you treat people around you? How do you respond to situations in your working environment? Then it doesn't even matter whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. And then the fact that you do things separately from what the media propagates or what the Western world sees, then make them want to start to look at you in a different light. Oh, there are a lot of places that you go to. And when people realize that you are a Muslim, they're like, really? Are you a Muslim? When they look at you, when they hear the way you speak, when you do things in a certain way, because I will not lie, a lot of people have huge misconceptions about. They feel that we are violent, they feel that we are not tolerant, they feel that some of us, they even feel that we don't really have educated ones among us, or they just have this general perception that, you know, the Christians are just generally better than the Muslims. We don't need to prove any point. All we need to do is to be a better version of ourselves and live by what Allah says. Allah does not support violence. Allah does not support killing each other. Allah support for us to live with one another in peace and unity. So if you go out as a Muslim in your workplace, you do things right, you are not violent, you are not out to attack anybody, you do your work, you respond, you just generally, you are nice to your fellow colleague and someone beside you. The people will look at you and they say, oh, she's a Muslim. Maybe Muslims are not so bad after all. So if you as an individual, you are a good person, and then we also do what Allah says, try as much as possible to remember Him, pray 5 times daily, impart the word. In fact, most times we really don't need to say so much about ourselves. All people need to look at is who you are, how do you behave, and then they can interpret and extrapolate a lot of things from there. So if as an individual you are good, you relate with your fellow human beings the right way, you are nice and kind, you are truthful, you don't, and then when they now found out that, oh, you are a Muslim, and so Muslims can be this nice, Muslims are actually gentle, Muslims are nice, they are not violent as it. So we speak for ourselves, let our religion speak, let our individuals speak for ourselves, and then we, in as much as we can, whether or not, you know, by mere interaction, even when you now do that, I've had a lot of encounter, and they were like, ah, really? And people go, you are the nicest Muslim I've ever seen. You are the. So if, as individual, we impart our children, we train our children in the right way of the Lord, when they also go out. So imagine us encountering different people at different sectors by reflecting and letting them know what Islam is truly about. It's not all about the killings, it's not all about everything they are propagating. But that's just what I want to say, that a change begins with an individual, and it will go a long way by if we as individuals go out and do things the right way, we won't need to say so much about Islam. Islam will speak for itself. But of course, it's nice to project Islam like our Imam does. You know, this is a different way. This is not the conception. I mean, this is not the way Islam is being practiced in other places. This is an attractive way to practice Islam. If we are practicing Islam in a different way that some people may not understand, if we are practicing it in fun way, it is religious, it's very easy for our children to pick up. It's funny when people come in here for one program or the other, and they see that we are praying in English, we are singing, we are dancing, where everybody is just merry. They don't understand, because that's not the way they understand Islam to be. I didn't grow up to know Islam as being practiced until I joined this place. So these are the little ways that, you know, people come in and like, oh, so Islam can be this fun. Even when I came in here the first time, I'm like, really, I don't know that Islam can be practiced this way. We read in English. And then the most important thing also is that it's not really about reading in Arabic. Our children really need to understand what, because when I was growing up, really, I read the Quran. I can read the Quran, but maybe I didn't finish up to know the meaning. It was just reading. It was the way I grew up is you read the Quran, then after you finish the Quran, then you will now start learning the meaning. So it really didn't make sense. I knew what to read, to pray, I knew all those things, but it was just a cursory, as Yoruba would say. We were just reading. We didn't know what we are reading. You know. So later we now wait, and then they will now say translation, learn the Quran. But this way, if we bring up our children and introduce them to the English version, I actually appreciate Arabic. It's very important. It's fundamental to Islam. We can't take it out. But at the same time, if you read, you know, your children starting from young, you teach them Arabic. At the same time, they are reading Fatiha. You are letting them know what Fatiha means. That way, they actually understand what Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, what is it really saying. And even you as an individual, if you understand that, then you can say, because most of the other things are when you go for their program, they just stop. You don't even know what they are saying. They are talking, what do they mean? But if we do it this way, we read the Arabic and then we translate, people can follow us. And actually, by reading Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and reading the translated version, people will now know that, oh, so what this is what they are saying. So this is what this truly means. So we need to project Islam as beautiful as really is to the external world and educate other people.
Thank you, Doctor. Again, we have another doctor, Dr. Afolabi.
The write-up for quite some, maybe 5 to 7 days was read. And the content, if we don't recap it, we will not be able to comment particularly on the content. The first aspect of the content was to describe Prophet Muhammad in a very, very wrong way. Very, very sensational way. In a way that can disrupt the peace of the society. And if care was not taken, age of new social media, people can start to say who is the author. But because of the nature of the social media, you don't even know the author. But it grows like a virus into the system and runs through the world. So if you are not knowledgeable, if you are a very casual Muslim, you are tempted to believe what they describe in that write-up. After describing Prophet Muhammad in very libelous ways, you can call it character assassination. That's the minimum you can use to describe the write-up. Then you go into the activities of the Muslims in the world, the activities of the Muslims in our environment. And then you tend to believe that. Why won't you believe the first paragraph? Because the people that are projecting Islam are actually projecting Islam in very, very wrong ways. They are violent, they kill, and they use Islamic acronym. You see, assuming they are using Arabic acronym without any inclination to any religion, you can say Arabs are generally violent. But they call it then Islamic this, Islamic that, Islam, and they are killing. And there are many, but the core of the problem is not religion, and that's the aspect of where knowledge matters. The cause of the problem is principally economic. The West, they are trying to eat up the economy in the Middle East at all costs, in whatever manner. They are most relaxed in packaging themselves, but they have the same goal. Economic slavery of the rest of the world. Arab too, they are interested in propagating, enriching themselves, or first of all, protecting their economy, protecting their resources from the Western something. So you can see the economic and political situation being crowded, being shaded in the names of religion, especially the Arab world. So we have this tendency to say Islam is violent because you see people who are seen to be Islamic, to be propagating Islam, are propagating them in violent manners. Like we have been told, we need to collectively respond to this by practicing Muslim Islam the way God has even said it. That believe in me and do good. If every Muslim in this world practices Islam the way God has prescribed, believe in me and do good, there will be no war anywhere. There will be no economic slavery anywhere. There will be love and order everywhere in the world. But how many Muslims, the traditional Muslims, are true to these two simple things? Believe in him and do good. How many of us practice that in this environment? Talk less of the traditional place where they even projected the thing to come. So that's the problem that we have. People don't live by the words, by the tenet of the religion, who says, believe in God and do good. So my previous speakers who have been saying we have to project, it has to come from us. We have to lead by example. Let us live Islam. Let us live like God has said. Believe in him and do good in the environment. I've only been saying it. Before you sleep every day, ask yourself, how many people have you made happy today? It's a simple thing. Audit yourself before you sleep. If you think that you have not done anything to anybody, go back and do good to somebody before you sleep. Maybe that is the only thing that when you die, God will live to forgive you. It's a simple thing. So when you now drive down to the economy, the cross of Bata, they come in, you can see the so-called the Muslims that are Fulanis that are here and there. They may have state support. It's true, they may have state support. The leadership at the country today, even Jonathan's leadership couldn't do much. What did the Obasanjo leadership do to change the narrative? Because they're coming something over there the nomadic system, the Fulani lifestyle, the come from Sokoto to rear animal to West. I don't know whether modernization has not encroached their brain. I don't know why ranching has not made any sense to them. And I don't know why Nigeria cannot speak the truth to the power. That ranching is where everybody goes. The smallest country, Botswana, is exporting meat everywhere in Africa. The smallest country. We have the largest landmass in this country, and we are rearing animals, and we are saying it loudly, that my people must rear animals from Sokoto to Lagos on trek. How many of your children rear animals? How many of their children lead this unfortunate set of people that move from the north down to the west? You don't have their children there. You don't. They can't be there. They are in the schools. They are in the best of schools. They are good at lead us today, and their generation for to lead us if we don't mind ourselves, if we don't mind what we do. So when you see Christians bringing this thing down, they are bringing it for two things. Some, maybe genuinely, some because of economic reasons too. Because the more they have in their flock, the 100 naira they play, the 100 naira translate to millions. You can see when they put it through because knowledge is power. In this small tablet that we have, the phones, we have quite access to knowledge. That's when you see that the richest pastors in the world, about 15 of them, 7 of them are from Nigeria. 7 of them in the poorest part of the world. That's why you have the richest number of pastors. So where is the economic sense? Where is the religious sense in that? When people trek to your church and you fly planes all over the world, you say want to see many people. This guy is in Nazareth. The Mitopet user is in Nazareth this weekend with thousands of people. I'm begging people to put $100, $50 to a prayer point. With all the money he's going to spend in Nazareth, he's making more time of it in dollars. So, but what they have said is that let us live the way God said we should practice religion. If all of us imbibe in it, we become ambassadors of Islam, and then people will begin to change because God said it. That I will not change this Quran, and nobody can suffocate it. He said it. So we have to live by that if we practice Islam the way I said we should practice, everybody in the later day will come to accept that this is the way of the Lord. And the best way is what we are doing here. I thank God he's still alive. I've said it, in his absence, he will live for long. But in his absence, this sect will grow like wild because we are saying the truth. And we have access to know the truth. We don't have to be an Arabic person to be able to study Islam. Once it's translated into English, and Baba has wrote so many journals, so many books, that if you have his library full, you have his books full in your library, and you go through them, you will become a practical alpha in English and Yoruba way. Very, very practical, because you have the knowledge. And they say knowledge is power. So no many people don't know how can come and decide where to put your hand, what to pray, or when to pray, or you must pray 10 times a day, you must pray 15 times a day, you must wake up. If you have access to God, and how do you have access to God? Believe in Him and do good. My message is, let us all live the way God has asked us to live. If we imbibe in that, there will be no poverty in this country. And it will start from here. If you drop every day, every week that you drop enough of what you make. If you make 1,000 naira a week and you drop 10 naira here every week, you see how much we have in this. And then every year you see people, we are bringing people out of poverty. You see, when they see IMO in ways that they don't see other Islamic group, in ways that will bring in our membership out of poverty, bring our membership into true knowledge, and they practice it. Not when we're in the mosque, we are very good Muslims. When the next good bus stop, you start abusing your neighbors. People are riding by their Okada, you are riding the car, you don't give them time. You want to rush them because they are crossing you, you abuse them. That's not the way God says we should practice His religion. His religion is to believe, unless you believe in God strongly, you are likely to be blamed. You know that you cannot shortchange God. I know that I want to enter paradise. Let me ask you, if they want to, as America, as good as America is now, if they want to say, if you do this, you will give you American visa. I'm sure over 90% of them will abide by that regulation. If they say, if you do this, you go to America, you can get the American visa. God says, go to enter paradise. Believe in Him and do good. So what is that? Why can't you just do those two simple things? So my comment about this is that we should be aware anytime we read anything from the social media, we should, like Elijah said, we should read it, digest it, interrogate it, and take what we believe. You don't believe everything you read in the social media. It has a positive impact, but it has its very, very great negative impact. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Salami, Alhaji Salami, please come.
Assalamu alaikum. Mi ní fẹ́ padà sí gbogbo nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ti sọ. Basically, I think I share the views and some of their comments. But I will just firstly start that the opposite religion. Tí bá máa summarize no matter of condemnation, alábòsí ni wọ́n. And they have all the instruments láti fi promote àbòsí wọn. They have the media, they have the education, they have the resources, they have the capacity. But tábà máa wo gbogbo àwọn alámábára wa sọ̀rọ̀. Like what my sister said, it talks about our character, what we do, and basically what is Islam is all about. Islam ti kọ́ wa ìgbésí ayé rere, bóyá ká ṣe gbé, bóyá ká ṣe báwọn èèyàn lò, bóyá ká ṣe ṣe nǹkan. And in my talking, I will just give like 3 examples, and I will start with one example in terms of understanding of our religion. I came home one day, I met Shei's son. How do you do? How is school? How is today? He said, I just went back from Ile Eke. What did they taught you today? He said, I don't know. The man will just talk, and I'll come back home. That's a little boy as it is any age as 4, 5. The man will just run and I'll come back home. He's literally telling him, and I told his father, that means I have been going there for the past 8 months to 1 year, not learning anything. So how do we ensure that our afa, our imams, wherever they are, we also support them to build their capacity to be able to impact right knowledge on those so they can understand our religion? That is one. Number 2, we as a Muslim, if you look at the whole around of this Lagos State today, apart from public school, even the government school, Tabamaka school to just school, tí our Muslim tada sílẹ̀, it sadly will count 10 out of 100 in this Lagos State. Talk less of a private school. And we're still sending our children to places where a different teachings will be impacting on them. And that is also lead to issue of an investment. Tabamawara, all the media houses in Nigeria today, 90 to 95% of them is owned by Christians. And they are using that media to propagate their religion. They have their television station at hand. They have the print media and so on and so on. How many do we have? And we also have foolish Muslims who can also close their eyes and build schools. I was watching one video of recent of a man in, I think, part of the southeast, who is a pastor. You build a boarding school, free education from boarding from primary to secondary. It's a lot of investment. How many of us have we taken that resource to also do something similar? And lastly, is that of recent, Alhaji talks about a program that we should be. If you look at that, even Saturday, Sunday, even from Friday, Saturday, Sunday program on television, by the time you do know your TV, it's always a Christian program. And what are they using that? Is to really portray their religion in a better way and bring the best teachings from the Holy Bible to talk to the people. So people can also listen to them. But we as a Muslim, do we have that opportunity? Apart from just only Friday, that you can see a free program on the TV, it's hardly you see other days, Saturday, Sunday, whereby a lot of Islamic program can also come on here. And so that all in all, I think we as a Muslims has a lot to do to also showcase our religion in a better way, through the media, through the print, through our character, and by also investing seriously in what we do. If today, now we are not blaming anybody because we also understand the current situation of the country. But how do we have a friend that at every point in time when we pay salary like this, the first thing you do, he firstly removes his tithe, he also removes his offering. He doesn't joke with it. And when we want to discuss about that, he moves away from you. So that, but how some of us are we that really committed also? So that I think there's quite a lot of things that our leaders also need to also impact more knowledge, and for us, we also need more things to be able to do. That's just my contribution, sir.
Ilaliko raisi ilali ilata. Ilaliko raisi ilali ilata. Adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé rí irọ́ ọmọ ìyá falsehood ni? Irọ́ ni irọ́ ò máa jẹ́, òdodo ni òdodo ò máa jẹ́. Irọ́ ò ní agbára lórí òdodo. Nítorí pé òkùnkùn ni irọ́, òkùnkùn ò sì ní agbára lórí ìmọ́lẹ̀. Bákan náà ni ìmọ̀ àti àìmọ̀. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá jó ní mímọ̀ yóò máa jẹ́ ọ̀gá fún aláìmọ̀. Yẹn ni àwọn ìlú fi sọ wípé knowledge is power. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn ní wíṣe Muslim ẹ̀bíra yín lérè. Alájà wa àlè. Mo láìkí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ sọ. Wípé wọ́n bá ti kọrú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ ká máa fèsì. Wípé ẹbí consultation after a while ẹ̀ náà fèsì. Láti lè fi òdodo hàn, láti lè sọ pé eléyìí kì í ṣòdodo irọ́, eléyìí ni òdodo, ó require a lot of knowledge. Jerry, with this, bí ìjọba sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá parọ́, within minutes, àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ wá máa gbé òdodo jáde, ojú àjẹ́ tí ò gbọ́. Ayé ti dájú dùbútẹ́ nìkan máa parọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ìjẹ́ ẹ̀yin gan tí wọ́n parọ́ mọ́, ìjẹ́ tí ẹ̀ wà in custody òdodo, ìjẹ́ tí ẹ̀ mú òdodo. That is the problem. Ìbẹ̀rù eléyìí jáde ní 21st century. Is the fault of the Muslims. By next month, lágbára Ọlọ́run bá dá mi sí I will be 85. But nígbà tí mo wà ní my father was an illiterate but wọ́n mi lọ sí nursery school. Nítorí ìgbà tí wa nursery school yẹn were recognized. Lesson in abẹ́lé ni. But age kan fún rẹ̀ ó lè yàn sí school. Ní ọwọ́ ẹ̀ bá ti lè tó 18 ni. So èmi dẹ̀ rán ọwọ́ mi ò tètè tó 18 but ọjọ́ ń lọ lórí mi. Bàbá mi láti wá dọ́gbọ́n abẹ̀sí lọ sí nursery. Ṣé nígbà táwọn kékeré ṣe ní inú àwọn diagram tí wọ́n ṣe sí school yẹn wọ́n ti dé káàkiri nìyẹn. Wọ́n yà fọ́tò Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam níbo tó ti ń jẹ èèyàn tó ń mú ẹ̀gbẹ́ àwọn ènìyàn. Wọ́n máa fi hàn wá, wọ́n máa fi kọ́ wa pé apààyàn ni, mọ́gàlá ni, mo jẹ ní. and àwọn ọmọ tó ń kọ́ púpọ̀ nínú wa ọmọ Muslims ni. So àwọn ọmọ Christian wọ́n ti take it for granted pé mọ́dàlá a wicked soul ni Muhammad. Òun tó fi kọ́ àwa náà ni. On the other hand, wọ́n fún wa ní fọ́tọ́gbà Jesus Christ. Ibi tó ti ń tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ti ń bá wọn ṣeré tó fún wọn lẹ́bùn ẹ̀rù Father Christmas. Kí wọ́n project Christianity. Ìgbé òun ní ẹ̀sìn Ọlọ́run yọ́nú sí, òun lẹ̀sìn Ọlọ́run, òun ní ẹ̀sìn àwọn áńgẹ́lì. Ẹ̀sìn Ṣèitán, ẹ̀sìn Lucifer, òun ní ẹ̀sìn Islam. Ẹ̀yin yan, ọ̀gá wa bá láyé. Ọ̀tá kan, àwọn kan dìde lẹ́yìn tẹ́yìn pẹ̀ láti dìde. Àwọn kan dìde ẹgbẹ́ bí àwọn aláàjì yẹn bí àgústò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ pé kí ni yóò rí báyìí. Mo lọ sábúrò wọ́n ìbáàdì àwọn Ahmadiyya. Torí pé India làwọn fi dìde. At this period, India was more developed than other British colonies. Ọgbẹ́ àwọn Ahmadiyya lọ́síkò. Ibẹ̀ láti ní access sí translation of the Holy Quran in English. Ibẹ̀ láti bẹ̀ sí rí Quranica. Dr. Sọ̀ràpọ̀ mú fẹ́fẹ́ pọ̀ mi. Ṣẹ̀rí Arabic Quran, Arabic is just a language, a medium of communication. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ó yẹ lè máa gbọ́hùn mi torí òun náà ò lọ sókè dáadáa. Ṣẹ̀rí Arabic as a language, medium ni. Arabic kò ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú Islam. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Islam, ẹ má yẹ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ Arabic mọ́. That language Arabic ó pẹ̀lú tó wreck Islam. Wọ́n dẹ̀ introduce it to Islam with a very bad motive. Nǹkan tó lọ́run ò bá ṣe tẹ́dẹ̀ á bá ṣe láláìsí yọ̀ǹda Ọlọ́run nǹkan yẹn ò ní lójú. Nígbà tí àwọn bàbá yìí tí wọ́n kó Kùránì dé ní èdè English, àwọn Arab wọ́n yarí, wọ́n ò fẹ́ kó translate Quran sí any other language. Wọ́n bá wọn jà. The first person to translate Quran French ni ìṣe Arab. Àwọn Arab ò fẹ́ kó translate here. Now, it's a long story. But ẹyẹ ti ń sọ kí ní kan fún yín, you have a golden opportunity ní IMO. But ẹ mú, ẹ lò ó. Ó nígbàgbọ́ pé bó ṣe wọ Ọlọ́run ni ẹ. Ìgbọ́n mo fún màá ní ẹlẹ́sì. Alájà mi máa ka èsì tí mo fún. A constructive answer. Mi ò tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ. Mi ò tẹ̀lé èébú tí wọ́n bú ànábì. Àwọn insult wọ́n pàṣẹ ànábì. Mi ò tẹ̀lé, mi ò yá sí. Because òun tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ àtẹni tó kọ̀wé gbogbo wọn Muslim ni wọ́n, but wọ́n mọ̀. Wọ́n ò yàtọ̀ sí èmi tí wọ́n tó pàṣẹ kìíní yẹn sí. We are all Muslim. Nígbà tí mo wà lórí tẹlifíṣàn nínú àwẹ̀ for entire 30 days or 22 days yálò ohun tí mo preach nìyẹn. Ohun tí mo preach níbi iná mi àyàfi tí èyí tẹ jẹ́ àgbà kẹmọ́ra yín lágbà. Ẹ bá mi sí Quran chapter 30 verse 40 or 41.
Corruption has appeared in the land and the sea.
Now, corruption has appeared in the entire land of the universe. Gbogbo tó jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè ní gbogbo òlú ayé ní corruption ló ti spread nìka.
On account of that which men's hands have
On
wrought.
account of human behavior. On account of human behavior. Here, we are not talking about Islam. There was no Islam of Muhammad. At the period tí Quran ròyìn fún wa, Muhammad ò tí dé. What brought about corruption spreading all over the land and the sea. Why? What brought about that? What brought that about? Human behavior. A human being is a human being. Quran ni adari insanu. Inú mi nà dárí ìdáyẹ̀kùn ṣe àmọ̀ṣe kura. Nígbà tá a dá èèyàn látara yẹpẹrẹ ní ẹyẹ èèyàn mi. Èèyàn lèèyàn ń jẹ́. Ìṣe Muslim ẹgbẹ́ ni nígbà tó dàgbà ló dọ̀yìn ẹgbẹ́. Ìṣe Christian ó dọ̀yìn ẹgbẹ́ ni. Nígbà tá a bí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀tọ́ láti máa gbà fọlọ́. Ẹ wo mi tó gbé fún odidi oṣù mẹ́sàn-án. Kí ló mọ̀ níbẹ̀? Jíjẹ àti mímu. Tí Christian ní oyún ọmọ tó wà lókun àbí Muslim àbí Jew. Níbẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀rú ọlọ́run. Kó tó di pé omi méjì papọ̀ tó bá di èèyàn àṣẹ dání. That's a doctor. Wọ́n understand àtúnṣe problem ta nílé ayé of the ignorance. Majority of us are ignorant. I received a lot of commendation during Ramadan. But ẹni tí mo belong to ẹni tí ẹni ní ẹ̀kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹni tí ẹgbẹ́ ara yìí ni mo ti jáde. Ẹni tí ẹgbẹ́ kì í ṣe pé ẹ̀kan lọ́dún lẹ̀ ọ́ ní mi. Ẹni tí ẹ̀rọ ní mi lójoojúmọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ àǹfààní lára mi. Àǹfààní èkó fún yín ọ̀fẹ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ jẹ́. Obìnrin lè ṣé gbogbo obìnrin tí ọkùnrin ń súnmọ́ ló lóyún ẹ̀dá dúró. Àṣẹ Ọlọ́run èyí tí Ọlọ́run bá fi àṣẹ sí ló máa dùn. Èyí tí Ọlọ́run bá fi àṣẹ sí ló máa dèèyàn ló máa bí sáyé. Èyí tí Ọlọ́run bá fi àṣẹ sí ló máa dàgbà. Gbogbo kìíní they are under the control of Almighty Allah. Only in a amru isarada jaya ayakum lahukum fa'yakum. Nígbà tí kan ṣe máa ní kó máa ṣe ó lè máa ṣe. Kàlẹ́ nínú àtọ́lẹ̀ tó wọ́n lọ. Ohun tó ń jẹ́ ìṣá àṣẹ Ọlọ́run. Ó ní gbogbo tí mo dá sí ilé ayé àti ọ̀run náà ti bì. Bóyá wọ́n fẹ́. Bóyá wọn fẹ́ willingly and unwillingly. Kí ni yẹn mi? Gbogbo àwọn kan tí wọ́n ń sin Ọlọ́run. Bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ bóyá wọ́n kọ̀, Mùsùlùmí ni wọ́n. O tó jẹ́ ìsìláàmù yẹn. Pété gba òfin Ọlọ́run ẹ̀pá lọ. Kẹ mú òfin Ọlọ́run kẹ mú jẹ́. O tó jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí ni. Náà ìwé tó o gbé orúkọ ẹ̀ka nítorí pé the last prophet came from Arab nation. Ó wá pè lédè tiẹ̀, ó pè ní ìsìlámù. Ṣé lédè tiẹ̀ ló fi pè é? Ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ gbọ́. Kí ló tú sí lédè tiẹ̀? Rédíò jẹ́ British. kí ni ìtumọ̀ Islam lédè ẹ̀? Ìrẹ́ tó jẹ́ German, kí ni ìtumọ̀ Islam lédè ẹ̀? Ìrẹ́ tó jẹ́ Ègùn, kí ni ìtumọ̀ Islam lédè ẹ̀? Tó bá ti lè tú sí pé ẹni tó pa òfin Ọlọ́run ọba mọ́, ó sì ń ṣe dáadáa, ní Islam ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, Mùsùlùmí ló ti ẹ tó ń ṣe nǹkan yẹn ló jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí. Nǹkan tó ṣe ní Islam. Ẹ bá ti Quran dájú.
So set thy face for religion.
Set your face on the religion of Allah.
Being upright. Being upright.
Be upright.
The nature made by Allah.
The nature made by Allah. That's your own nature. Allah made it to His own will. Allah created you as a nature according to His will.
The nature made by Allah, in which He has created men. There is no altering Allah's creation.
Kò gbọ́dọ̀ kákásọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, gbogbo wa pátápátá àwọn kan náà láyé tó yàtọ̀. Bí ò bá sí omi, bí ò bá sí afẹ́fẹ́, tí kò bá sí ooru, àwọn nǹkan mẹ́ta yà lè survive. Àwa ìkọ́kọ́ plant ò lè survive, animal ò lè survive, nothing ò lè survive tí ò bá sí afẹ́fẹ́, afẹ́fẹ́ ló ń fa omi wá. Tẹ́tọ̀ bí ò bá sí ooru, bí ò bá lè tẹ́wò, bí ò bá sí ilẹ̀. That is the nature. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó mí ló ń jẹ. Mọ́ ọ̀bá jẹun, wá kú. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó mí ló ń mu. Bí wọ́n bá mu, wá kú. Mọ́ ọ̀lẹ̀ mú mi ju wọn bá tí Ọlọ́run ti gbà wọ́n láyè tó kàn mú lọ. Wọ́n lè jẹun ju ọba nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run ti pa wọ́n lájẹ tó ti gbèsè tán láti máa jẹ. Wọ́n lè má sùn, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n lè sùn ju iye tí Ọlọ́run ti gbèsè tì lọ. When we talking about nature, àṣẹ Ọlọ́run, and that is with what Almighty Allah rules the world. With law, the law of nature. Everybody bows to the law of nature. There is no issue of Christianity. There is no issue of Muslim. There is no issue of Hinduism. No Judaism. No nothing but the law of God, obedience to the law of nature, the law of God. So when somebody now arrogantly abusing the prophet of God who came to deliver messages that were not his own messages. He said what he was told to say. And somebody ignorantly abusing such a person. Do you answer him? Ignore him. But don't ignore him. Teach him. Because he's ignorant. And hence, I taught him. My brothers and sisters, here am I reply. The fellow said to me, happens to be a very close friend of mine, but he's a Christian. I have read the latest post you forwarded to me. It is my candid belief that most of those who hold the views expressed in that piece are trivializing a very serious issue. First, I will not respond to the falsehood contained and the insult directed to the person of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and other innuendos, but will rather do so over the stupid conclusion that any human power or any man for that matter has the capacity to convert over 200 million people into a faith by force. And by the way, who are those bringing the conversion to Islam? I am sure you will most likely say the Muslim north of Nigeria. I see. I ask you again, how many Muslims there are not only in Nigeria but in the entire so-called Muslim world? I am not sure you know, and I will tell you. The truth is that there are few real Muslims anywhere, whether in the Arab or the Muslim world, including Nigeria. Of course, there are so many noise makers who grab the news headline. There are so many noise makers in the Christian world who grab the news headline on a regular basis, but they are few of them who are committed Muslims or Christians. And these people are everywhere fomenting troubles. I do check the meaning of insurgency recently. Now it is no more insurgency. You have terrorism, you have extremism, you have radicalism, and so on. ID, that is the name of what you do already. ID, as an elder statesman, I advise you don't lend your support to most of this stupidity going on in the social media. That was one of my reports. But there's a lot that you don't know. But you wish you have to know. Wàláì ó lè dàbí eré ìṣeré. Wàá mọ́mọ́ tàgá, wàá fara ní ẹ̀yà tàdúrì ẹ̀, fáyín náà ti tẹ̀lé ìmà ní ìyá àgbàwọ̀. Ẹ̀dá tí ẹ̀dá tó bá gòkè kọjá ìwé níbo ló bọ̀. Ẹ ló rògbò èèyàn all over the world nítorí kan àwọn kan wọ́n ti transgress the law of nature, the law of God, in the name of God, in the name of Islam. This my standing podcast in purpose. And I'm very happy for the quality of people here seated this afternoon. It is because of this quality that I decided to do what I am about to do. Brother Ogunawo, I ask you to read a portion to me where God enjoins Muslims to set up, to establish a preaching. Quran chapter 3 verse 104. If you are there with your Quran, please let us read together.
And from among you,
brothers and sisters, here seated this afternoon, God is addressing you. That from amongst you,
there should be a party
there must be a party
who invites to good,
who invites people to do good
and enjoy the right,
and enjoin them to do the right thing,
and forbid the wrong,
and forbid them from doing the wrong.
These are they who are successful.
These are the successful people. And like that, some years back, a man did a man lost market. And as we are doing it, you will come back home to return and to report. Àwọn èèyàn gbà mí wọ́n tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ wa. Àwọn èèyàn máa dìde wọ́n fi ọjà wọn sílẹ̀ wọ́n wá ní stéèjì ẹ̀. Why? Because ohun tó sọ ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tí wọ́n tábà gbọ́. Ọ̀fọ̀ wọ́n tábà rí sí lè lérò pé èso ni òun lọ mọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé oyè ń lọ, òní jẹ̀wọ́ nìkan àìmọye náà àti dìde a máa lọ. Mo dúró ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Nígbà tó fẹ́ in 1963, mo fẹ́ retake GCE because if you fail in English You fail in all, ní nígbà tiwa. Tí bá ti lè fail English, o ti fail gbogbo ẹ̀. So, wọ́n wá lọ sí ìgbà ìkún gbọ́ràn. Ìkan náà ọmọ ọba àdélé, òun ni tútọ̀ mi. Máa ń gba reclamation lọ. Ẹ̀kọ́já lódòdó wa, jàǹkàrà ẹ máa lọ. Àáfàá kan máa ń ṣe wáàsí ní reclamation road. Orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ àfa òsì máa ń dúró gbọ́ wáàsí. Ká má fọ̀rọ̀ mo ti di disciple lẹ́yìn. Mo ti wà ṣòkòrò tó láti 1957. I was 23 years of age. Àwọn àfa òkè ń gbà mí láyè láti ṣe wàásù. Ìgbà tí mo wá rí máàlì mo rí opportunity àti kọ́ wọ́n sì ń ṣe wàásù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ti kọ́ ti teaching. Now, restless pursuit that I have always been, even now, I'm still a restless man. A man came all the way from Pakistan, Professor Ahmad Minto lórúkọ. Aláàjì A.K. Lambda, a very giant person in Islam in Nigeria, ilé ìwọ̀n ló pé pápápá. Wọ́n wá ní ọ́fíìsì 48 ọdún lára. I got to know about this man. I went to him to study Islam. It was from Professor Minto that I cited the first copy of the Holy Quran. Láyé mi. My joy knew no bounds. Mi ò wá ní sùúrù màmá kà. Because prior to that, I had opportunity to read even Quran, wà ní print. Èyí tó ń fọwọ́ kọ ni wọ́n máa ń dì lókun wọ́n máa ga báyìí wọ́n máa ń dì lókun wọ́n lè lágbọ̀dọ̀ fọwọ́ kàn ṣẹ̀gbọ́ àmọ́ ń gbé kan tó bá fọwọ́ kàn kò gbé so ṣẹ̀gbọ́ nígbà táwa ní eku láàrin àwa tí a lọ akọ sọmọ fi òkè wà bí nígbà tá ìṣe mọ́ṣáláṣí Prọfẹsọ Adémọ́lá Fátíù Adémọ́lá Adésọ́dẹ lọ́nà tó fọ̀. Wọ́n sì nígbà gbogbo alájọ Prọfẹsọ Nurudeen Alao tó wá di vice chancellor Unila gbogbo alájọ lọ láyé praise and worship. From all age groups in search of knowledge of Islam. So there were so many of us Ajomoke woman. But it became a time when the man had to leave. But when he arrived in Islamabad, no, Lahore, Islamabad was the capital of Pakistan. It was Lahore. He wrote a report and mentioned my name. But any Islamic missionary to Barrow or see a good. Mr. Asasi and that was when Kosi had not received a lawyer when he was sent to Nigeria. He first went to Kano. From Kano, he landed in Lagos. He sought for me. And I became his disciple. I learned a lot from him. It was from him that I learned printing. So many things I learned from him. When it was time for him to go back, he recommended that I should replace him. And that was how I became the representative of Ahmadiyya and Juhan, the Shah of Islam Lahore. The very first Nigerian to become that representative. I was given, one of my mandates was to recommend Nigerian students for scholarship in Pakistan. Now, we read that until I saw Alhaji Hussein Muhammad. And the very first organization the very first organization for Islam in Nigeria was established by us, Islamic Preaching Society, which metamorphosed to IMO International. And that was part of Professor Akisode's speech on the day we were commissioning this mosque. Now, we started IMO International in my house, but in 1988, I moved IMO International away from my house to my office because we have a large space in my office. But every Sunday, the Asalatu continued in my house. In 1991, my very good friend is the only one alive as my classmate. Myself and Fatai Olagesi met in 1953 at Edo Bradley Memorial School. So, 1953 today, is a long time. So Fatai remained my only, the other friends, I don't know whether they are alive or not. But the only friend that I see today is Olagesi. So Olagesi told me he wanted to settle this land, and that was 1990. I told him I was interested. Of course, my intention was not to make it a mosque. My plan was to build a four-story building. That was my plan. But then, something happened again. In the early 90s, was it 90? I think around that time, early 90s, Kolawole and Nwale introduced a friend of his because they were attending my Asalat at my house, along with his wife. He was always responsible for inviting any of his friends. One of those friends happened to be Osikoya, Olaide Osikoya. Olaide Osikoya too started inviting their friend. There is something about IMO. The very first time you come and see us, you want to belong. Because it's something different. So, he started coming. But then he moved to my home. So most time you will come late, you will have finished at another. Then the suggestion came that we establish IMO at Magodo. We went to Magodo to establish IMO. And IMO was thriving in Magodo. But you say another factor destroy IMO at Magodo. My dear brothers and sisters, what is not so coming to the contrary? Listen. But I want to tell you, one day you go Magodo. You say, go bóyá mo kó fún ara àwọn Magodo náà ní. You pay more like my own type of Islam. So the poor Magodo. But at that time, they still regret it today. Because what happened? People say, hey, they did not want to take contact with Magodo. Àwọn màmá tẹ̀sí àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ fún wọn dẹ̀gbẹ́ tìlú. Tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ sísọ láti wáàdì níwájú èèyàn ó ṣòro ṣe ẹ̀ má lò ó rọrùn. Àwọn màmá tẹ̀sí wọn dábàá ti rí pé àkèlè ìmọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ ó lè ní face crowd àfún ní assignment lọ sọ́ọ̀dì kan báyìí tó bá di jọ́bẹ̀ jọ wájú ìlébà. Àgbàdá nu àwọn dàkọ̀dà kan wọ́n jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ general manager ọ̀pá ẹ̀wọ̀n ọkùnrin bí ọdún. Adeodun Daddy was the then marketing director of Cadbury. So many people but when they sent me packing, when they say wá sí wọn gba àbá òkèké bó ti wà nìyí nìyẹn. So now, ó yẹ kí n lọ sílẹ̀ òní wípé nítorí láyé ẹ̀sùnkọ̀yà a máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ wá sí wa ní aago méje otherwise aago mẹ́fà la máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ láyé ilé. Nígbà wo kọ̀ mí náà fún yín kó láago mẹ́jọ wọn ní àwa wọn kò lẹ̀ sílẹ̀ I wrote letters. I wrote about 500 letters gbogbo fún láyé. Because àwọn òní Muslim àwọn òní Christian àgbọ̀dọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní. Wọ́n wá lọ drop lẹ́tà mi sí abẹ́ ẹlẹ́kùn wọn. Àti ọjọ́ tá a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí. Ní ọjọ́ tá a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ìdájídájí bẹ̀rẹ̀. We have over 150 people to run sí àsàlátù. That was how we started Magodo brand of IMO. Then ìgbà ìnáwálé ó máa ń wá sí àsàlátù regularly alákùúrà ni. Ọmọ bàbá ìdílé Amadíà ni wọ́n. Èyí tẹ̀lé product Amadíà ni. So wọ́n ti yí kárí lọ́dọ̀ mi, ó kárí pẹ̀lú kan tí ó kúrò ọ̀ pẹ̀lú. So ìka máa ń wá ọ̀pọ̀ ní pọ́ǹtì kan ọ̀la ní kó má wà mọ́. Ó lè pe Sunday nìkan lòun máa ń ní nílé. Ó tún yọ Sunday yẹn kíyàwó tó lọ sásàlátù. Kí ká bá sọ fún mi pé dáàbì ó dẹ̀ lẹ́ni pé as of next week òun ò ní wá sí àsàlátù. Ó lè sọ àlàyé fún mi. Lókè nígbà nínú àgbàjẹ o ti bá lù sẹ́wọ̀. Kò sí jẹ́ tí máa wá ṣe àsàlátù ní ilé ọ̀dọ́. Ó ti fẹ́ nílá yín sílẹ̀ wá. Ẹ̀yin kan náà ẹ̀ ń lọ sínú àgbẹ̀gbẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin kan náà ẹ̀ ń ṣe tìbí. Ìkọ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ tìbí nígbà tí láyé ò ti wá mọ́. Àpapàdá àsàlátù ti ilé ọ̀dọ́ ní 26. Tó bá di 7:30 máa kúrò. Máa dé Màgòdò ní 8. Èmi náà ni máa lọ kọ́lẹ̀ kún lé ẹ̀yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan. A lè máa ṣe àsàlátù yìí. 9 ní ti ọ̀dọ́ kọ́lá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Tó bá di kan bíi kọ́tàtù máa kúrò ní Màgòdò. Ó ti rí àwọn kọ́lá tí bá délẹ̀ náà yẹn èmi náà máa tó lọ kọ́lẹ̀. Tó o bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́nu yẹn. Tó o bá tó wáyé máa ní ilẹ̀ nígbà tí tó láì bá lò. Ǹjẹ́ wàhálà ni o ti fẹ́ pọ̀ jù báyìí? Ní o ṣe kọ̀ǹbáìn ti ilé àwọn kọ́lá àti ti ilé ìdíje kọ̀ǹbáìn yẹn pọ̀. Ṣẹ́gbọ́n, and being a consultant man person, you don't come without telling anybody. Mo ṣe ilé ìṣòwò mi gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀n nígbà. Ìbí ni gbogbo ìwé àgbẹ̀sí ibẹ̀ náà ń tọ̀ sí. Gbogbo àwọn ilẹ̀ àdúgbò mi náà dalẹ̀ sí torí pé ọkùnrin kò tó. Ètò kù di ìtàn. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ àsàlátù bí mi. So that was late 90s. I think around 1997. I will not forget those who help us, like Alhaji Lawal, our next neighbor. Why? Àwọn kan iṣẹ́ àwọn olè máa ń jí. So a máa ń kó sí ọ̀dọ̀ Alhaji Lawal. I will not forget Alhaji Abbas, because àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ máa dúró síbí tí wọ́n bá tọ́jú nǹkan. Alhaji Abbas sọ jẹ́ sí pé ọmọ kan òun lè fún wa bí Alhaji Abbas ṣe fún wa ní Mufu ni. So Mufu yẹn ni the first person tí ọkọ̀ kan wà níbí. Nítorí Mufu ni mo ti ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀ tí ìyá Mustapha tó wà yẹn nítorí Mufu mo ṣe ṣe. tó Mufu máa ń ṣe bàtà. tó kó má wà bọ́ mo ṣe kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn fún Mufu. Mufu láti níbi tó máa gbé ṣẹ̀rí ẹ̀yìn yẹn àfún Mufu ní kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀gbà tá fẹ́ ṣì bí a ṣe clinic ṣì bí. So 2 rooms 3 rooms ló wà lẹ́yìn 2 rooms ló wà fún clinic 1 room ló wà fún Mufu. So kí ló ń gbogbo ìtàn yìí wá? Ó ní wípé wọ́n yẹ tí bàbá nílé ètí bàbá ló kù. Èèyàn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Obìnrin ló lẹ̀ pọ̀ láàrin wa. Àwọn obìnrin kẹ̀kẹ́ àwọn ni wọ́n jogún àgbégbòrò. Nítorí pé wọ́n ní má gbégbòrò ìgbòrò ní part of their dress. So ẹjọ́ bá ní kí obìnrin má gbé ìgbòrò dress obìnrin ò ní pé. So ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn ká máa ṣe iṣẹ́ obìnrin. Ọkùnrin náà máa ń gbé gbogbo pọ̀ tí wọ́n pọ̀ tó àwọn obìnrin. So ẹ̀yin èèyàn Kí ẹ gbọ́ from the horse's mouth. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tẹ̀ ẹ̀ gbọ́ kò lè correct torí pé ẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn sọ fún. Ẹ tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ bá da lójú ló máa bọ́ sí gbàgbà wádìí aṣọ. Ẹ tó bá ní bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ lórí kó lè kó challenge. Ohun tí ẹ bá gbọ́ lẹ́nu ni nípa mọ́ṣáláṣí òun ló correct. Tẹ bá ti gbọ́ nǹkan mí ẹ sọ́nù kò correct. Náà fúnra ara mi ẹnì kankan wọn pressure mi pé kí n gbé bí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ fún mi fi ṣe tọrọ. My life, my entire life, láti gbà tí mo ti mọ́ra kò sí nǹkan méjì tó wù lọ́kàn tó tó Islam. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wípé mo dẹ̀ tó ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ibi tí mo bá dé dédé ìgbà tó kù tó bá máa lò náà ó ṣe wúwo náà ní kọ́lọ̀ tó wúwo ó túbọ̀ wúwo jù báyìí lọ. So nípa báyìí ẹ̀ ní ìṣòro ẹ̀ ní problem. Lódodo ikú òrọ́jọ́ àwọn òdòṣù ẹni tàbí hàn lè. Nígbà tí a fẹ́ rẹ́gísítà IMO as an organization, àwọn tí orúkọ wọn wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí trustee èmi jẹ́ kan, Alájà Àdìwá ó jẹ́ kan, Kọ́láwọlé Àyànwálé ó jẹ́ kan, ọ̀rẹ́ mi Fàtáì Lágẹ̀ẹ́sì ó jẹ́ kan. Ìrántí àwọn tó kàn. Sorry? Aisha. But as some waiter, Alájà Àdìwá, òun àti inú àwọn mẹ́ta wọ́n ti lọ dá ìjọ tí wọ́n sílẹ̀. So, kò lè dín wá mọ́, kò lè jẹ́ trustee wa. Àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ kan ṣẹlẹ̀, òun náà kúrò láàrin wa fún lọ jọ́ọ̀nì ẹgbẹ́ Adébọ̀dé ìjẹ NASFA ó lọ jọ́ọ̀nì NASFA. Kọ́lá ìyẹn ò lọ kò lè wá. Wọ́n bá ti bá ń sọ̀rọ̀, bàbá ìṣe àjọ ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀ẹ́dì nígbà ọ̀fẹ́lẹ̀ kan gbogbo yẹn. Ok, ó ní ìwà pẹ̀lú wa in spirit, but ìwé ìrọ̀bẹ́ ò lè jẹ́ trustee. Fún àwọn ìdílé ní ìlú máa ka orúkọ lọ fún ayọ̀ àwọn míì omi tuntun ó wá rú ẹja tuntun wà wọnú omi. Àwọn míì wọ́n wá pàmìkà nínú òpè microphone. Àwọn tó wá yẹ a lè wá fi ara balẹ̀ a lè ní pé wọ́n wà very very committed. Àwọn ní àfi orúkọ wọn ṣe sí Àbújá wípé àwọn náà replace àwọn tí wọ́n ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ pàmìkà.
Corporate Affairs Commission.
Orúkọ yẹn ló fẹ́ tó kà. Orúkọ yẹn.
Alhaji Ayọ̀ Adéyẹmí.
That's right.
Alhaji Ìbejì Sàlàkọ́.
Yes.
Dr. Kọ́lá Afọlábí.
Àwọn bá ní kọ́ lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Afọlábí lọ́wọ́.
Dr. Kọ́lá Afọlábí.
That's right.
Alhaji Musa Babatunde Sani.
Yes.
Alhaja Halima Ali.
Yes.
Alhaja Ramata Abbas.
Ẹgbẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tó bí. Ẹjọ́ bá ṣe ń pè ní ẹ̀ àtúnpè kẹ́lẹ́ dúró. Number 1.
Alhaji Ayọ̀ Adéyẹmí.
Mo wà lórí ìdúró.
Alhaji Ìbejì Sàlàkọ́.
Ẹ̀lẹ́ dúró.
Dr. Kọ́lá Afọlábí. Alhaji Musa Babakunde Sani, Alhaja Halima Ali, and Alhaja Ramata Abbas.
Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run tóbi. Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run tóbi. Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run tóbi. Àwọn ọmọ mi IMO. Mo wà láyé o. Mi ò sí láyé o. Àwọn tó ń ní IMO. Àwọn lẹ́rí ìdúró. Gbogbo dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì tí máa fi mọ̀ ní sìn. Ọwọ́ ọmọ ni ó máa wà. Àwọn staff tí a máa lò anytime tí a bá fẹ́ kọ lẹ́tà sí ìjọba àbí fáwọn kan, àwọn still ni wọ́n pè. So ọwọ́ ọmọ náà ni ó máa wà. Àwọn for life ni àyàfi bóyá wọ́n sì. Ọlọ́mọdé àrí àìsàn tí òun ló lè jọ wọ́n. Àbí ọlọ́mọdé àrí pé èèyàn jáde tó bá di pé wọ́n gbé sí pépà tí orúkọ wá bàjẹ́ ọlọ́mọdé àrí rẹ̀. Bí ò bá síbẹ̀ tí ó máa fi kú, òun ni kì í ṣe oyè àbánitọ̀pìt tí wọ́n máa dìbò forever ni oyè wọn. Àyàfi bí èèyàn bá kú. Tó bá kú tí ò bá sí láyé, wọ́n lè yan ẹlòmíì kan fi rọ ipò ẹjọ́kò. So, sátífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn, ǹjẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi báyìí? So, sátífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn máa gbé fún ìkànnì wọn. Ó ní ètò àwọn ọmọ tó ń fi wọ́n ṣe. Wọ́n fi open account, wọ́n fi ń ṣe gbá. Wọ́n lè open account fún tí wọ́n bá ní certificate àti gbogbo àwọn tí ó wà níbí. Láti ṣàlàkọ, òun ni ẹni tí ó next ni òun fẹ́ hand ẹ̀ over. Ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Number 2, mo sọ fún yín wípé mo ra ilẹ̀ bí lọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi Abdulfatai Ọlágẹ̀ṣin. Nígbà yẹn kò sí àníyàn wípé mo fẹ́ fi ṣe mọ́ṣáláṣí. Àníyàn mi nígbà yẹn ni wípé mo fẹ́ kọ́ first story building. But àníyàn yẹn kò change yẹ láti donate fún ọ̀nà. So ka eré máa jẹ wọlé.
Mr. Fatai Ọlágẹ̀ṣin. Fatai Ọlágẹ̀ṣin owó ìkọ́kọ́dá ìsọ̀rọ̀. Dear Mr. Ọlágẹ̀ṣin, final payment for a piece of land. Will you please find our check number S01244594 dated 10th of January 1991 for a sum of 30,000 naira representing balance payment for the land purchased from you. You will recall that a sum of 30,000 naira had earlier been paid to you in respect of the said land. Please sign the copy of this letter to acknowledge receipt while we expect original purchase receipt later from you. Yours sincerely, F. Ayo Adeyemi. Check receipt by me, Engineer Fatai Ọlágẹ̀ṣin, signature, dated 4th January 1991. Lagos State Government, Stamp Duties, Capital Gains Tax, Ministry of Lands, Block 14, Room 6, Alausa, Ikeja, 38th April 2015. Alhaji Ayodele Adeyemi, Governor Omonoa Street, Iriakari, Isolo, Lagos. Reference: Certificate of Occupancy File Number, Oshodi. I, above subject matter refers. 2. Hereunder are itemized relevant charges assessed on your file for prompt payment at any of the Lagos State Revenue Collection designated banks. Payment agency code for A and B below is 4,250,000. Personal income tax PIT tax due 150,000 naira. Payment revenue code is 4010002. B. Business premises BPR not applicable. Payment revenue code is 4010017. Please present adequate and current tax clearance certificate for PIT and clear copies of payment receipts for items A and B if already paid. Kindly note that your representative on this file will be required to present a current tax clearance certificate or evidence of payment of tax before assuming authority to represent you. Please ensure that all taxes are paid with current tax payment code as prescribed above. Yours faithfully, ITT Imam, Commissioner for Stamp Duty.
Náà eléyìí kò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ púpọ̀. Ohun tí ò fi jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ ni wípé owó tí a máa san láti gbé kúrò lórúkọ tí ara ẹnu púpọ̀. Àwọn ní ká kọ̀m̀píà tí a bá ní kí a ṣe sọ́ọ̀bì mi. Contrary to sọ́ọ̀bì tó wà lọ́rùn, èyí tí mo ṣe lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí mo rà ẹ bá mi kà á fún wọn.
Alhaji Ayodele along Governor Omonoa Street.
Ayodele nìkan ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Alhaji Ayodele Adeyemi along Governor Omonoa Street, Iriakari Estate, Lagos. This is focus on the local government area. Lagos State, still 1.500. Original NUTN Zone 31, area 723.017 SO.MTS. Free from
Now,
Surveyor Barrister S.A. Anthony, MBS PD LLP, Honorable LLP.
Now, ìgbà tí mo ra ilẹ̀ yẹn, eléyìí kọ́ ni mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe, sọ́fẹ̀ ni mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe, whatever you are doing ni mò ń jẹ́, òun mo fi ṣe sọ́fẹ̀. Later, aláwùsá dá padà, wọ́n náà fẹ́ mọ ìtumọ̀ ẹ́ àti ayọ̀ pé kò fún. Ìyàtọ̀ bá mi kéèjì ẹ̀ wọ́n ní yóò. So aláàbí tó lọ wá sọ̀rọ̀ mi, ìyẹn ló fún wa bá a ṣe lé Ayọ̀délé, Alhaji Ayọ̀délé Adéyẹmí. But the point now is this, wá lè lò ó. Ohun tí ò lè dẹ́kẹ́ ìlú ni wípé ẹsẹ̀ máa wá lè transfer. Ó dẹ̀ máa kọ́ sówó àwọn aláàjì, wọ́n ti gba lọ́yà, wọ́n ti pe sọ̀rẹ́yọ̀, wọ́n ti ṣèwádìí. Sọ̀rẹ́yọ̀ ti sọ fún wọn wípé ó bẹ́tà kí wọ́n ti sọ́ọ̀bì sí orúkọ IMO International. Tó kú jẹ́ bí IMO ló ra ilẹ̀, IMO náà ló dẹ̀ gba sí ojí bàbẹ́. So, Alhaji Sadako, this is the outstanding. Àwọn dọ́kúmẹ́ntì náà èyí tí a fi ra ilẹ̀, èyí tí a fi kọ̀wé sáláwúsá fún sí ọ̀pọ̀. Má dẹ̀ lọ gbàgbé wípé atlas ọmọ tó bá mi ṣe sí ọ̀pọ̀ gbogbo ilẹ̀ ọ̀nà òun lẹ́nu kẹta ó lẹ̀ dúkù wa dáadáa ṣùgbọ́n àfàṣíkò tó ọ̀rọ̀. So màá hàn lọ́ba ilé náà fún as part of the document. Torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ náà ló yẹ kó wà as trustee of IMO International. Having said that, ó wá pẹ́ ẹ̀yọ̀kan yẹn náà pè ní deed of assignment lẹ́yìn tí a ti rálẹ̀ nígbà tí ọba gbólóbà tó dórí oyè ó kọ lẹ́tà fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ agbárí pé wọ́n tún wá túnra ẹni tí ò bá lọ túnra òun àwọn tọ́ọ̀bù sí. Mo gbéra gẹ́gẹ́ bí jẹ́ pé ọmọ ló jẹ́ fún mi. Èmi àti àdájí sàràkọ̀ àbí àlọ́ba. Òun kan ti wá sí mọ́ṣáláṣí nígbà tó wà kékeré. Ilé ọlágbẹ̀kí ló máa ń gbà wá tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ìṣòro. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wá dáadáa. However, 1 million naira ni ó máa ń gbà. Àgbẹ̀ ṣe 250,000 ó dẹ̀ gbà. Ó dẹ̀ fún wa ní ànádá deed of assignment ní orúkọ ẹ̀mọ̀ tí kì í ṣe orúkọ. Àní tó bá máa ṣe kó má ṣe sórúkọ ọmọ ó ṣe sí orúkọ ẹ̀mọ̀. Wọ́n jẹ́ ṣe problem ní ìmọ̀ bí tí mo sọ wẹ́ẹ̀sì. À ń kó káàkiri. So àti kó lọ bá kó lọ àwọn oyè ń wa. Ọtí ìbáyìí mo ti sọ fún àlábì sàlàkọ̀ máa lọ bá. Lọ́yà tí ó gbé fún níjọ́ yẹn kọ́pì mi mẹ́rin ló wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó lẹ̀ fún wa méjì. Wọ́n fẹ́ gba àwọn àfún wọn fún wa ní kọ́pì fún yẹ́nì kan lókù tí mo jẹ yìí. So nípa báyìí gbogbo fíà tó bá kú kìnìún kan. Ẹyin tí àwọn ọjọ́ ti fẹ́ kú ni. Òun tí ẹ̀nu ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tó lè wà lọ́fù ṣé ẹ̀yin ẹja ẹ̀mọ ọjọ́ kú ni. Wọ́n èyí kan bí o fara lẹ̀ wọ́n gbà lẹ̀ náà. Ìwé ẹni kan ní kú lè wà. Àná mi sọ fún àṣàládà lọ sí àbí kúrà. Ìgbé ìkú ògbọ́dọ̀ bá wa lójijì. Èyí kan ní o ẹni kan. Àná mi ní àṣàládà lọ sí àwọn ọdún mélòó ló kú 53. Èmi dẹ̀ lọ́kì mo fi 85. Ẹ̀rù ọba mi o. But at the same time, òtọ́ sí ẹ máa fọkàn sínú pé bàbá yẹn ló bá kú kọ́. So, ibi tí mo dúró ní oṣù wọn náà lọ ká. Alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin.
Fún ìbáyìí, Alhaji Sani tó bọ́ ọ̀sẹ̀. Alhaji Sani. Jama, ọ̀rọ̀ ló délẹ̀ yìí o. Gbogbo à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ níwájú. Gbagba wá dé à. Ojú everybody, not be kọ́nà. Gbogbo òjò ẹ̀mọ náà ká àdúgbò ẹ̀ lọ. Ojú gbogbo wa làwọn fi hand over gbogbo dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì gbogbo wa. Wọ́n á fẹ́ bá mi kọ iná àti iná fún bàbá. Ní agbára orin iná àti iná ká bá mi kọ́ fún bàbá. Ṣé bá kọ́ tán? Alhaji Sani wá fún ọ ní àdúrà. Ní agbára Ọlọ́run. Bàbá ẹ̀ ní kú ẹ̀. Torí a ti ẹ̀ nídìí more now than ever before. Àdúrà tí wọn náà máa ṣe ni pé àlàáfíà ara Ọlọ́run máa fún yín. Ẹ̀ẹ̀ni láwọn ẹnìtì. Owó ni o, oníkẹ̀kẹ́ ẹ̀ẹ̀ni láwọn ẹ̀ka àgbàlọ́ lọ. But it's not easy. Tí ẹ̀ bá wọn bá lé o ilẹ̀ ilé ìsìn, it's not a joke. For him to hand over this property to Islamic Mission Organization International ní ti kékeré o. So gbogbo wa pátápátá nínú àdúrà láàárọ̀ a máa ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ àdúrà báyìí. Ìwọ náà ìtókù sí ẹ máa fún bàbá yẹn náà máa lò láyé ẹ bá fún ọ ní àlàáfíà ara. Ojú òní fún wọn sílẹ̀ lọ. Ẹsẹ̀ òní fún wọn sílẹ̀ lọ. Ó fẹ́ fi dá ọlọ́lá òní fún wọn sílẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ òní kú mọ́ lójú. Ayọ̀ òní kú mọ́ lójú. So ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ ilé àti iná fún bàbá.
Yeah.